Hello friends, Namaskar. Welcome to today's webinar, Packaging Design for E-Commerce and Retail Market. And as you know, Packaging Connections has been organizing so many different webinars for the benefit of the packaging community. And this is the need of the hour which we find in today's changing and challenging world where the pandemic is coming, going, Ukraine war and so many challenges. So there seems to be a need to work from the remote, work from the home. So obviously the requirement of e-commerce goes up and the retail market has also got its own challenges. So we thought to touch base this point from the team and design being very important. So we have the partnership with Cut Fold Pack, who has been working on the different structural design for the various companies in India and abroad. So we thought it would be a good combination of packaging and structural design putting together and touching the needs. So this is our attempt to cover you up and show you what are the possibilities. And just to put, it's not that everything is done by us. The respective designs also the part of the respective companies. It is more for the educational purpose without any commercial intention. And a technical requirement that right now all of you are into the mute mode. After the presentation, I will unmute you and then you can ask any questions if you want, which we, our design team, Cut Fold Pack, would respond to the best of our ability. And you can also type it in the question answer board. And in case we are not able to answer, we'll send you the answers later on. And the copy of the presentation will also be available, as this will be recorded automatically. And then it will be put on the YouTube. And we will send you the link to go through it. And we will also send you the copy of the presentation. And everything you will get it after the presentation is done. So thank you again for joining us. And now I give it to Aditya, who will be presenting, who is Packaging Connections packaging specialist working on the various consulting projects. Here, Aditya, here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep sir, for such a great introduction. So I will warm welcome all of you guys for joining this webinar. So our today topic is packaging design for e-commerce and retail market. So before jumping directly on the packaging design, first I will tell you guys what is the e-commerce packaging, what is e-commerce retail packaging, and what is its market growth. So let's start. Yes, so what is e-commerce packaging? You know that the e-commerce packaging is how the companies, the brands should pack their product while they are being transported to the from warehouse to the customer. And as you will also observe that the e-commerce packet, e-commerce order got the exposure of many hands. It exchanged between many hands at different checkpoints. So the design of that e-commerce packaging must be protective in the nature, also travel friendly, so that you can protect the product from the damage. As after the purge which comes in the e-commerce market after the pandemic COVID-19, every brand is trying to grab these opportunities coming in the e-commerce market to establish themselves as their good identity among the consumers. And of course, the experiences we get from the unboxing of the e-commerce order, just like when we order something from the e-commerce website, like we order something from Amazon, it feels like just we give something to ourselves. So we are already excited. So the unboxing experience is very important. So now the companies are focusing on the unboxing experience for the customer to make it the memorable. So this is also a vital part of the e-commerce packaging. And apart from the product protection, the e-commerce is also used for the profitability, because the after the post-COVID impact, more consumers are now shifted to the e-commerce market and the contact-free deliveries rather than visiting the shops and the local supermarts, especially in the metro cities. As you can see that, as you can observe that many D2C companies, many online companies are coming online, selling their products through the taking the omni-channel approach to sell their products. So many websites are started now. So the more websites means the more consumers, and the more consumer means the more packaging material required. When the more packaging material is involved, so the damages, the returns and pilferage issues are coming. It's inevitable. So there is a super opportunity to optimize that supply chain. And of course, along with this, the boom in the market, in the e-commerce market, there is a lot of competition, the aggressive competition also coming for the brands, and there is a value threat to them also. Next is the what is retail packaging. Simple, the retail packaging is the display packaging of the product when we place the product on the shelf of the retail store for the sale, such as you will see that the perfume box and the food product box, etc. And the whole function of retail packaging entirely narrowed down to the only to the aesthetics and the impactful design to attract the customers to buy. Because in this aggressive, the competitive market, the customer will in the retail market, the customer will only take the decisions in seconds. So the companies have to design their product, the product packaging so good that they will buy in seconds. Now we will discuss about the e-commerce packaging market growth versus the retail packaging market growth. As you can see that the global packaging market is about $50 billion in 2021, which expected to grow by 150 billion in 2028 at the CGR of at 16.3%, which is almost three times. As far as we can see, the e-commerce packaging market is approximately 14 million in 2020, which expected to grow by 1100 million by 2026. It's almost very good numbers. And the global retail ready packaging is estimatedly 66 billion in 2022, and expected to grow by 120 billion by 2032, and with the CGR growth of 6.2%. In India, it's approx 20 million in 2020 and expected to grow by 1020 million by 2026. So huge scope in both of these packaging market. So now I will let you know the hard facts about this e-commerce and the retail. According to DHL of e-commerce, DHL, 24% of e-commerce packaging is empty space. I mean total empty space, which leads to more damage and ruins the brand image. And 1 out of 10 box is damage on e-commerce shipping, as I'll tell you earlier that it got the exposure of many hands, exchange between many hands, approx 20 different exchange in the e-commerce from the point of order to the deliver. And 20% customers return their order due to the product damage. Same scenario in the retail market as well, that 9% product are rejected to place on shelf due to the damage or the leakage problems. So now the question rises, will overpack a retail box solve your purpose? Is omni-channel packaging is the future? And is over-designed packaging being worth? And this main question is for you, that is your existing packaging being sustainable? So what's come in the mind as the solution? So what do you think? Yes, packaging design. Yes, that's right. The packaging design is the combination of the structural design and the graphical design. And the graphical design consists of the typography, the font which we called, and the color and the images and the regulatory information which we need to print or to involve embed in the graphical design. And the second, the main thing which not less than the graphical design is structural design. It's totally dependent on the material. Today we are discussing that structural design topic into detail because it's a main part of the packaging design. So this seems the complete design to you? No. Is this seem the complete design to you? You will get the KLD, you will get the dimensions of the different parts? No. Is this seems the complete design to you? And I said yes, because in this you will get all the internal and external dimension, knife to knife dimensions, the material specification, which fluid we are using and the direction of it, every information. You can see the complete design below. So what is structural designing? So in simple definition language, the structural designing is the methodological investigation of the stability, strength, and the rigidity of structures. So in a different way, the structural design has an essential role, not less than the graphic design. In my terms, both are stand equally. Structural design and graphical design both are equals. So structural design should represent your brand and its value and help your product to stand out among the crowds, among the different competitive markets, to stand out differently and enhance your value of your brand and that deliver memorable, delightful, satisfying unboxing experience for their customer. So how does structural design impact packaging? Structural designs improve the functionality. The earlier I talk about that unboxing, it's come into the functionality, the opening of the box or the closing of the box and the uh, taking out the product out of the box should be easy. Not it should be frustration free. What Amazon takes as their initiative. So structural designs improve the functionality and structural design can help you to develop your product more innovative and sustainable. You can revamp your existing packaging into innovatively and in more into the sustainable manner through the structural design. Uh, and structural design also improves the feel good factor, the smile you can see on the face of the customers when they get their product. It's telling all the feel goodness. Yes, and structural design also reduce the challenges like theft. The uh, You can designs the boxes according to tamper evidence so that you can reduce all the challenges you face during the transportation. Yes, as you can see in this photo that there's a brush cutter which is along with their sub parts packed into the different boxes, and there is a multiple boxes in which the whole product is packed. So through the structural designing you can pack the product into the single box so that you can easily reduce the size of the cube and easily transport it, and overall it will reduce your supply chain cost and the logistics cost. So structural design can help you to reduce damages during the whole supply chain because this is all over the protective packaging. And the structural design stand out your product on the shelf. In this now the time is has come where the companies, where the brands and understand the consumer mind and they are making their product structurally rich and graphically minimalistic to stand out among the competition differently. So structural design will make this possible to stand out your product on the shelf. So the optimization which we can do in the packaging through structural design and in the supply chain, which automatically reduce the cost. So now I present this case study to you. that where we get this faucet, which is packed into the box with the molded EPS thermocol. So now they want to remove that thermocol part because it's under the plastic waste management. It's come into the list of banned products, which is not completely banned, but still it's reducing the usage of the thermocol, the EPS. So we did this project and we use the separators and different uh, technologies to reduce the box size by almost 50%. As you can see, there is a 47% in the cube reduction. It almost get half. So automatically it takes less space and during the transportation, and there is a 30% reduction in the cost. And this solution, the previous the molded EPS solution is non-sustainable, but our solution is 100% sustainable and with 100% increased loadability. So these are the areas, these are the our services which in which we can help you, just like the POS, the point of sale display design solutions, and the high quality visual and animations, which is very dire need of today, which is a need of the hour for the validation or for the approval for every process. You need some prototype and the visual of the product before getting it ready. So in this we can help you very much, and protective packaging solutions, and we also do the packaging optimization and the packaging test. We this include all the packaging test for the paper and paperboard related projects. And we also have the physical mock-up machine so that we can create the samples and the prototype. Meanwhile, we are discussing the projects so that you can easily understand the projects. And apart from that, the vendor development and asset management, and we will also fulfill the packaging compliances. So we partner with you to fulfill your brand promise that results benefit your businesses and the environment, in which our role is to transform the packaging from the unwanted cost to the value driving innovations. And the optimization which we make in the packaging and in the supply chain will redefine how the packaging connects with your value chain. This is the packaging assembly for the burner cooktop, one of your project. uh, I will show you. As you can see in that, there is a lot of protection we give to the burner cooktop, because it's traveling from one place to the another place, to the warehouse, to the customer. So we have to protect the burner cooktop from every edge to edge, every face to face, and give them the best delightful unboxing experience through our packaging, through structural designing. These are some glimpses of our projects. So thank you so much. Now we are open to your feedback, suggestions, and questions.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for this wonderful presentation and taking us through on this journey of packaging structural design, so to say. I think the structural design is the game changer, which is clear from your presentation. And now I leave it open for the question answer session. And just give me a second, I will unmute everybody. And I think now you have been unmuted. So if you have any questions, you can ask. You unmute yourself and ask the questions or type it on the question panel on the side, and our team of Cutford will be happy to answer those. So friends, any questions? Can you, anybody trying to reach or not able to unmute, they can just type it. Okay, I think there is a question by someone who is saying, to design any packaging, will you require physical samples or can you do it on the basis of product image or size? So our team, please respond. Chetan or Pushpinder? One second. I think there's some technical problem. Let me check. I think someone, let me try once again. Yeah, I think you can try now.
Yes, Sandeep sir. Can you please repeat your question once again?
There is a question, to design any packaging, will you require physical samples or can you do it on the basis of product image and size?
In few cases, yes, we can do, where product doesn't require any inner fitment and like not going for any packaging test or complex supply chain. But if the product is sensitive for supply chain and shape is not uniform, then yes, we will require the product.
Thank you. And now, is there any other question? Okay, so the second question is, how do you decide the material of packaging?
So it depends on the various factors like weight, shape of the product, supply chain, complexity, and test involved in. It's not there is no such formula.
We can't hear you. Chetan.
Can't hear me?
Yes, now better.
So it depends on the various factors like weight, shape of the product, supply chain, and test involved in. There is no such direct formula. So it's depend on the different factors.
Yeah, point taken. And now there is a question, what are the possibilities to make a standardized packaging for e-commerce? I think it's a big thing. Let them answer it.
Can you repeat the question?
What are the possibilities to make a standardized packaging for e-commerce?
As you know, e-commerce have you can say it's the courier cost is quite high for any of the boxes. So it standardizes it's very difficult, but yes, we can reduce, like if someone have 50 products, so we can standardize till 10 to 12, not 50. But to make it standard one box, it's very difficult. Maybe we can have to evaluate the things what we can do best.
Yeah, so I would put it this way, that like someone is asking, can you explain with examples? Examples we cannot give it here because those are the company projects which have been done and where we have done it. But I can tell you, before he tells you anything, as a team, we have worked on the various projects where we have reduced the number of cartons, we have harmonized from say something 150 to 30, and that is possible. But if you say one size fits all, not possible, because it is possible, then you get the empty boxes, what we talked about it, then we have to fill it up. So it is chicken and egg story. But those are the challenges, but we can definitely optimize it, harmonize it, and move forward. Then now other question. Can you do ISTA testing and provide ISTA reports?
No, but we can develop the packaging that can help you to qualify the ISTA test, because on regular basis we do lots of projects where ISTA test qualification is required, and we help in those projects because we understand what kind of ISTA testing is done. So yes, we can help you.
Okay, yeah, there are ISTA labs in the country, and you work with the many labs all the time, and then accordingly we can get it tested and submit the reports. So another question is, what type of material in terms of corrugated carton should be ideally used in the e-com packaging?
Yeah, it's depend on the weight of the product and size of the box what you are going to develop, right? But basically, if you will talk about in a standard way, normally it's 3-ply B flute. Yeah, you can say single wall B flute.
Yeah, so I would add to it, like we said in the site, same way, there is no single answer what material. Again, it will depend on the product and the journey it has to take place, whether the e-commerce is for the domestic market or for the international, and whether it is time sensitive and temperature sensitive, or whether it is going on the high altitude. So again, the multiple factors, we will need to work with you case by case basis. And now there is another question. How can the leakage issue of our pump bottles be overcome? So I would guess this is they're talking like nowadays lot of shampoos and soaps which coming with the pump, and when they're going to the e-commerce, so he's asking for a solution. So Pushpender or Chetan, you want to respond?
Although, sir, it relates to the primary packaging, which could be aerosol packaging or the perfume packaging. So pilferage can be stopped at that stage only, because as we do work with the paper-based packaging projects, so in that kind of pilferage we can't help. But yes, if there is any damage in primary packaging, we can help. So that kind of pilferage can be stopped at the stage of the primary packaging.
Yeah, so I would put it this way. That is where the combination of packaging and structure design comes into picture. So as a packaging connection design team together with the cut fold, we can give you a solution where we can stop the leakages as well as give you the damage-free box to the consumer. And that is how the whole thing works. Now, another question. Are there any types of anti-slip papers that holds the material to its place instead of moving here and there?
Can you repeat the question?
Are there any type of anti-slip papers that holds the material to its place instead of moving here and there?
Yes, sir. There are some paper which also have been displayed in exhibitions, packaging related exhibitions. So yes, we have seen such kind of paper, but right now we don't have any detail about those paper. But yes, something is there into the market. It exists, and we will get back to you with the detail.
Yeah. So I think that we need a more details on the question also, because whether they are talking about the moving anti-slip requirement in the warehouse, or they are talking about during the e-commerce. So if it is a e-commerce, just using the paper may not help. So we have to see. But there are anti-slip sheets are available. So we will have to discuss the project, and I think then we can work out the something. Any other questions, my friends? Okay, so if we don't have, then I wish you the great day ahead, and pranam, namaste, thank you, and see you next time, and you will soon get the copy of this presentation with the link. Thank you, and thank you, Aditya, thank you, Chetan, thank you, Pushpinder, for supporting this initiative, and all the audiences who took their time to hear this presentation. Thank you, and happy Raksha Bandhan to everybody in India, and my European friends have a good afternoon. Thank you.